What's going on, everybody? This is Brian Mazik, aka Unique Mazik, the hardest working man in sports and gaming. And let's talk a little bit about the rosters that are going to be in place for NBA 2K20. Now, of course, we don't know what the ratings will be officially when the game releases, but we do know what the last official rating was for all of the players that are still in the league. And if we are using some of the best off-season rosters out there, like there's a guy for PS4, his name is Clutch. If you use his roster, which is consistently updated, it's the most consistently updated off-season roster that I've seen. If you use his, you get some sort of a realistic depiction of the rookies that are coming into the league, and you can kind of get a good basis. So I decided I wanted to do a video kind of going through these teams. So I fired up the beginning of my league where they get an opportunity to see the different teams, all of the rosters as they are. You can load up a custom roster, which is what I did. I loaded up Clutches, and let's see. I'm going to flip through here. So we got the 76ers here first, and they have a 91 overall. Man, I'm telling you, this is this team here, man. They got an interesting little situation here with all of these 80s. Embiid, of course, the highest rated guy at 92, but I think Horford's huge playing next to Embiid. They should be really good defensively if Embiid decides to really be in shape this year. They got sick length. The size for the 76ers is crazy. If you think about the fact that they got a 6'10" point guard, you got a small forward that's 6'9", you got a power forward 6'10", you got 7'1" center, and I mean they got a lot of size. I still don't know if they have enough shooting, but we'll find out. But it's an interesting team. Then you got the Bucks. Now, not a lot of talk about the Bucks because they did not change much. They're coming back with mostly the same team they had last year, but they do have the MVP. And they brought back Chris Middleton. Bledsoe's still there for right now. Brook Lopez. He got actually joined by his brother Robin Lopez, so they got a lot of length there. Wes Matthews, Ilyasova, Pat Connaughton. I expect for DiVincenzo to get even better this year. I like his game a lot. So this is an interesting team, and right now 2K has them as 97. We'll see if the ratings transfer over that way for them. Now we got my Bulls, and they ain't getting a lot of love. An 85 with Levine with the highest rating with the 85. Lauri's got to jump. He's got to me, Lauri has to get into a space where he earns an 85 overall rating. That's got to happen. Otto Porter, 81, 82. Thad Young at a 79 might be a little low to me. And, of course, Wendell Carter Jr. has to jump. Wendell Carter needs to jump to an 80-81 style player. If that can happen, I think the Bulls are a playoff team. I think it's possible. Right? As far as the rookies, I don't think Chris Dunn's going to be on the team, but he hasn't been traded yet, so the roster's still accurate. But Kobe White with a 76, I would definitely take that for his rookie season. He's shown some flashes. Jump shot has to get more consistent for sure. But I really like Thomas Satoransky. I think his rating will be a little higher than that once the season starts. I'm worried about Chandler Hutchison. He can't shoot a skittle in the ocean, and that's a problem, in my opinion. I'm just thought I'd let y'all know. But Luke Cornett can definitely shoot several skittles in several oceans. But who I really do like a lot is Daniel Gafford. I'm already ready for him to play ahead of Cristiano Felicio. That's just my take. So I can't really argue with the 85 based off of what we saw last year, but hopefully my squad will get a little bit higher than that. All right, the Cavs. How in the Blue Devil is the Cavs ahead of the Bulls? Based off what? Kevin Love, Colin Sexton, they got a 77 point guards, and none of them have established themselves. None. Darius Garland, this 77 might be a little high. I don't know. We'll see. But I guess maybe. But I don't see how. Yeah, I don't understand that one. But they got an 88 overall right now. Whatever. Next up, the Celtics at a 93. Kemba Walker is the 88. Jason Tatum with the 86. You got Jaylen Brown, Enes Kanter, And I don't know about that one. But Gordon Hayward is here. He'll probably. I'd like to see Gordon Hayward move back up into the mid 80s this year. We'll see what happens with that. But right, there's Romeo Langford. I don't know. I don't have a problem with this 93. It seems a little high based off of what they lost. But yeah, I mean, you saw Walker and Al Horford walk out the door, and they were replaced by Enes Kanter and Kemba Walker. Enes Kanter absolutely is not the same player that Al Horford is. Kemba Walker, I think, is closer to Kyrie than Kanter is to Horford, in my opinion, but we'll see. All right, the Clippers. Oh, yeah, them Clippers, baby. I had to do that voice. That made me feel like that. All right, we got Kawhi Leonard, of course, went there, and then they traded Paul George. Then they still got Montrezl Harrell. They still got Lou Williams, Pat Beverly, Mo Harkless. How could you be Mo Harkless? They got Landry, Shamet, still Zubac, and then I mean this team, man. I'm telling y'all, this team's pretty good, man. This team's pretty freaking deep. I mean the fact that Harrell and Lou Williams probably ain't even gonna start and come off the bench. Yeah, they could be a handful. They could definitely be a handful defensively. If they're not the best defensive team in the NBA, I think it's gonna be a problem. All right, next up, the Grizzlies. What a 80. How are the Grizzlies better than the Bulls? Jonas Valanciunas, Jared Jackson Jr., John Morant with the 80. I ain't mad. Jay Crowder. Come on, man. I don't understand. I don't even, and as I'm looking at the ratings, I don't even understand how in the world they got a higher overall rating than the Bulls. Defensively, I guess, I don't know, but I think somebody's high, and I want them to stop. All right, next, the Hawks. Well, finally, somebody the Bulls got a better rating in. They got Trae Young, John Collins, DeAndre Hunter. That 77 is in, I guess. Jabari Parker signed there. You got Alex Lynn, Evan Turner, DeAndre Bembry. I'm telling y'all, DeAndre Bembry sounds like he's a pastor's son. You know, Reverend Deacon Bembry. Alan Crabb, Cam Reddish down here with that 75. I mean, it depends on what kind of year. If Reddish could overachieve, you never know what might happen with this team. I think the rating is about right though. Next up, we got the Heat, 89. Jimmy Butler's there. Now I wonder what would happen if they pull off this Dragic, Winslow, Olynyk, and draft picks trade to bring in Russell Westbrook. I wonder what that would do to the overall rating. But 89 is definitely decent. They got a high rating on defense. Obviously, that is not because of Goran Dragic, because he can't guard a parked car. But you do have Butler, Bam Adebayo, Justice Winslow. All those guys are plus defenders. James Johnson's not a bad defender. Tyler Hero was acting a complete fool in the summer league, y'all. So that 75 might go up too, so we'll see. But even though summer league, you can't put too much stock in that. I've seen plenty of guys just go crazy in summer league and turn out to be trash. Lonnie Baxter, I think Mike Sweetney was all good in the summer league. Then you got people who would look like big garbage in the summer league, like Derrick Rose and Steph Curry didn't look great in the summer league, and we already know how that turned out. So you just gotta take it with a grain of salt. Next up, the Hornets. Mercy, this is bad. This sucks. Terry Rozier is the best player. Oh my God. Lottery City. You might as well start calling them the Charlotte ping pong balls, because they gonna have the most ping pong balls out of anybody, baby. Then they got one of the worst contracts in the league with Nicholas Batum here. Yeah, this tough business here. And you can't even find a promising rookie on their team to say, well, but what about him? PJ Washington, I guess. Dang. It's going to be tough watching this team this year. Terry Rozier probably averaged 23 points, 22 points a game, because he can score. But, man, that ain't good. It's going to be nasty. Whew. All right, next you got the Utah Jazz. I really like what they did. Defensively, they're a really good team. I think they filled in I really like the Jazz. I think the Jazz are good enough to be perhaps the third seed in the Western Conference. I think they really are that good. Gobert, Donovan Mitchell, Mike Conley, Bogdanovic, Ingles, Green, Mujier, Davis, X. I mean, look at the depth on this team. I really like what the Jazz did over in the offseason. I think they flying under the radar because everybody's talking about the Clippers and the Lakers and these different teams, but the Jazz did work in the offseason. They got better for real. I mean, so we'll see what happens, but I like them a lot. 90 might even be kind of low. All right, 85, the Kings. It ain't happened yet, but now, De'Aaron Fox might be up to about a 90 by the second month of the season because he is fast rising. Buddy Hield could be 85, 86. Marvin Bagley could be 84. You know, so you got to pump your brakes with this 85 with them because they might end up better than that. Trevor Ariza could be a very solid veteran presence for them. And then they got Corey Joseph as a backup point guard. You know, I like this team. 85, I understand it for right now, but we'll see after about 2 months of the season where they are. Next, put down your controllers. Don't even touch nothing. Don't even say nothing to nobody. Doggone 80. Man. Really? I don't know. I think that's a little tough. Man, but yeah, Julius Randle, Dennis Smith Jr., R.J. Barrett with the 79. I know in the summer league he been looking like big old bags of boo-boo, but it's the summer league, so relax. Bobby Portis, Elfrid Payton. Now, see, I think their defensive rating should be higher than an 80. I mean, Portis defends. Elfrid Payton's a good defender. Taj Gibson's a really good defender. I don't know, but yeah, it ain't. Yeah, Mitchell Robinson. See, Mitchell Robinson will not be a 75 like long. He won't. He's not. So that's deceiving. I don't think Alonzo Trier is going to be a 75 that long. I like his game too. We'll see what's up with Kevin Knox. He got to get stronger. I mean, Zion Williamson just threw him on the floor like he was an old ice cream wrapper or something. Just threw it on the ground, like, you know. But so he got to get stronger. But yeah, 80 is, that's a slap in the lips, ain't it? All right, next up, the Lakers, 97. Now, LeBron, you see, my man, I told you my man is updating rosters like crazy. He already moved LeBron to the point guard because the talk is that LeBron's going to play point guard. Anthony Davis, DeMarcus Cousins, Kyle Kuzma, Rajon Rondo, Danny Green, JaVale McGee, Kentavious Caldwell Pope, Avery Bradley, Jared Dudley, Quinn Cook, Troy Daniels, Alex Caruso. I forgot this kid's name. Trent is one of them hyphenated names. Trenton something. Tucker. I don't even know who that is. Holman and Zorvale Jr. I don't know Caroline either. Kako. What is that? Oh, I couldn't even tell. I got a scratch retina. No. I got a scratch cornea, actually. So I couldn't tell if that was an A or an O. Kakuk. Some of these guys, I don't know who they are. But I told you, my man's on it with the rosters. But this team is deep. And a lot of people were jumping on the Lakers because they didn't get Kawhi. But there's a lot of depth here. And even if they do deal with some injuries, I feel like they got enough depth. Obviously, barring LeBron or AD go down for an extended period of time. But I think they had enough depth everywhere else where they can still be formidable. I do think they could use a third big man, a third center, because, you know, I think Cousins shouldn't play more than 60 games this season in the regular season. Even if he's healthy and fine, just rest him. I wouldn't let him play. So then you got McGee playing a lot, and I think it would be nice if they had one more backup big, especially if you don't want Anthony Davis playing center. So that's just my thought. But overall, the team is fantastic. 97. You can see they got a higher rating. It was a higher rating than the Clippers, right? Yeah, one over the Clippers. So as far as what 2K is saying right now, the Lakers still got a better roster. All right. Next up, we got the Magic. Dang, this ain't that good, is it? Vucevic. They re-signed them. Aaron Gordon, Evan Fournier, Terrence Ross, Jonathan Isaac, DJ Augustine, Mo Bamba. You know what's going to be key for them is what happens with Markelle Fultz. If Markelle Fultz can turn a corner and turn into, if he can like take the starting job from DJ Augustine, that'll be huge. Now that's a big if because of all the things he's had to deal with. But if he could do that, that'll change everything about this team. And they're already, I think, a team somewhat on the rise, even though I think they somewhat plateaued by not being able to do anything this offseason. But if Fultz can really turn that corner, I think that you now looking at a really, really good starting five. So we'll see. Next, you got the Dallas Mavericks with that 88. They was trying to put together the all Euro team, and they had it. They still got I'm talking about their international presence is ginormous. I'm telling you, their home games are going to look like a meeting at the United Nations or something, because there's a lot of people from a lot of different countries on this team. And then you got the stars. You got Latvian Kristaps Porzingis, and then you got Slovenian Luka Doncic, and then not to mention Luka Doncic played for Real Madrid, I believe it was. So he has an interest from players and from fans of that particular club. It's a lot of guys. And it's a good team. Tim Hardaway Jr., Dwight Powell, Seth Curry. Of course, there's a bit of a drop-off there, but Boban Marjanovic. And then we got Wright, and, yeah, it's a decent team. They don't have a lot of depth, and I think that's their issue. Kostas Antetokounmpo is there. He's got a lot of talent and a lot of length. So I'm interested in hoping that he's able to, take another step. It would be really cool to see him and his brother be above average players. Obviously, his brother's one of the best players in the league. So, all right, next up, Brooklyn Nets. Man, now, obviously, this is a little deceiving because this rating doesn't factor in Kevin Durant's presence. He's a 97 overall, and you got to expect he's not going to play this entire season, I would think. But without him, yeah, they're not much of a factor. I mean, Kyrie, I ain't gonna say they're not much of a factor because they're not that much different than they were last year, right? And last year I thought they were a pretty good team, but we'll see what happens. 83 seems a little low with Kyrie, DeAndre Jordan, Spencer Dinwiddie as the backup point guard, Karis LeVert, who should be even better this year coming back after the injury. Jared Allen, I think, is one of the premier young rim runners. Would be great. I mean, I could see him actually pushing DeAndre for some time. Joe Harris, one of the best knockdown shooters out there. Taurean Prince is a good defender. Garrett Temple's a nice backup rotational guy. Wilson Chandler. So, I don't know. Oh, they got Jalen Hands. I didn't realize that. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. This team is kind of interesting to me. All right, next up, the Nuggets with the 91. Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, Paul Millsap. We got Gary Harris. Michael Porter Jr. got hurt again. Man, I'm hoping this kid can be healthy. I really do. I really want to see what he can do. I think he's the guy he could be the guy that makes or breaks this season for them to see whether the Nuggets go to the next level. They were a game away from the Western Conference Finals last year, so the 91 makes sense. Jamal Murray's only going to get better. Jokic should get better. I really think Jokic could stand to lose 35 pounds. Like, he could stand to transform his body much the way Kevin Love transformed his body early in his career. A little bit of the way Zach Randolph transformed his body earlier in his career. I think Jokic's size and bulk does help him, but I think on defense and later in the season, because I thought he looked dog tired in the postseason, and I feel like if he was in a little bit better condition, yes, he might have been tired, but he may have been a little bit more functionable, especially on defense. He started missing free throws late, which we know that's not him. So they can get better without a bunch of major additions, but if Porter Jr. could step in there, I mean, people talking about everybody else, Zion Williamson, John Morant, and all these other people for Rookie of the Year. If Michael Porter Jr. is healthy, he's eligible for Rookie of the Year, and he's, so we'll see. All right, Indiana Pacers dropped to an 82 because, of course, Oladipo's hurt. If he's not hurt, that could be different. Brogdon was a great pickup for them. He fits totally the type of thing that they do. This is a good team. I'm telling you, this is a better team than an 82, and it's even better, I think, than what the rating would be if it was reflecting Oladipo in there. They just play the right way. They defend, and they are a highly skilled team, and they got a lot of character. I like this team. This is a type of team that in a playoff series, you are like, yeah, you really don't want this smoke, because they're going to make you play every single minute of the game. And they added some nice pieces with TJ Warren and Brogdon. So That's Pacers a little tough, but they clearly need Oladipo back. The Pelicans, 90 freaking 1. Wow. I don't know. I have no idea. I know Drew Holiday's a beast. I know he's one of the most underrated players in the league. Plays two-way. Brandon Ingram is a guy who I know for a fact can score. Right? He can score, and he's only 21 years old. Right? So you never know what getting out of LA will do for him. Then you got Zion Williamson. I have no idea. JJ Redick is 35 years old, but he can shoot. Lonzo Ball makes everybody better. Lonzo Ball running the break, throwing oops and setting up Zion. I don't know. Josh Hart's a defender, good three-point shooter. Derek Favors. I mean, man. This team is not bad. Jackson Hayes is a freak athletically. Like, oh my God. The Pelicans did a good job. Did anybody see Jahlil Okafor towards the end of the season? First of all, he lost weight. Second of all, he's balling like, I'm about to show y'all something red quick. For anybody that thought it was this, I'm going to show you that it's not. Like, I'm telling you, this team is interesting. 91 makes me jump back a little bit, but when you start going down their roster, man, I'm just saying. Next, we got the Pistons with a 90. I really didn't want to see Rose go here. I really didn't. The team is a pretty good team, with Rose, Blake, Drummond. It's a good team. I really don't want to see Rose start just because, not that I don't think he's better than Reggie Jackson. I think he is, but I don't want to see him put those type of minutes on him. I'd rather him come off the bench, play 25, 28 minutes, win a six-man, which I think was something that was within his grasp last year. Yeah, I don't know. And then you got Morris here. They got a decent team, and it's a fringe playoff team in the East. That's what it is. It's a fringe playoff team in the East. But that's not here's the thing. I want Rose to win a six-man, and I want Rose to win a ring, because I think if he gets those two things, he's a Hall of Famer. That's what I want for Rose's career, and I don't think he's going to get he has no chance to get the championship here in Detroit. And the six-man is possible, but he's playing on a team where you can make the argument he should start. So I don't know about that one, but they got a 90, which I think is a little high. Next is the Raptors, still with a 95, despite the fact that Kawhi's not there. I definitely think this is a little high. Siakam's up to an 87. Whoa, not so sure. Kyle Lowry, I'm hoping my man didn't change these ratings on his own, because maybe Siakam did go that high towards the end of the season. I don't know. Kyle Lowry with the 86. Marcus Gasol with the 83, Ibaka with the 80, Van Vliet with the 79, OJ Anunoby, who didn't even play in the postseason, really good two-way guy. So here's my thing with this team. I think that's really high. I think it's too high of a rating, because I also think, and obviously you can't reflect this necessarily in ratings, but I think they're destined to see a little bit of a fall off. They finally won. They really, I'm not trying to take anything away from their championship, because the championship is a championship and staying healthy is part of it. But a healthy Warriors team would have swept those Raptors or beat them in 5 at the most. So they got everything lined up perfectly for them. Kawhi, the whole 9. So I expect them to be a little bit more okay with a 48-win season and a maybe first or second round exit in the postseason. So a 95 makes them one of the best teams in the league, and I just don't think that's one of the best teams in the league anymore. Next up, the Rockets with the 97. Now, this is okay if you think that everything's okay with the stars and everything. So I don't know how that goes. 97 still seems a little bit high, but, throughout the regular season, this has been a really good team. Harden, Paul's still there. Paul, I don't know how healthy Chris Paul is or will be for the rest of his career. Capella should get better. Eric Gordon, PJ Tucker, they didn't add anything really, and that 97 feels like I mean, 97 makes them equal to the Lakers. I don't think that's true at all. So I don't know about this rating here at all. Where this is about. Yeah, but I don't think they're equal to the Lakers. The Spurs also with a 97. I'm not getting this either. DeRozan, Aldridge, Rudy Gay. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even see what a 97 comes in here. Like, what is that based on? Are these numbers accurate? I really do like Lonnie Walker the fourth, though. I really do. But yeah, I don't even see where that comes. How do you get a 97 and you only got 3 players rated at 80 or above? I'm starting to wonder if them ratings are like pre-programmed or something, because that don't seem right. But no win. But it can't be, because why would the Lakers jump up to a 97? I don't know, but that doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem right to me. Next is the Suns, 82. That's about right. Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, Ricky Rubio, Dario Saric. Devin Booker could continue to get better. DeAndre Ayton definitely will get better. I think they'll all benefit from having Rubio on the floor. But yeah, this team's not very good. Not very good at all. Next up, we got the Oklahoma City Thunder. Obviously, this could change a lot if and when Russell Westbrook is traded. Right now, they got a 91. Everything is changing with this team. I wouldn't be surprised if Russell Westbrook, Steven Adams, and Danilo Gallinari are all traded within the next month or so, or sometime in before the trade deadline, and they just go complete rebuild and blow this whole thing up. I'd like to see the Thunder rebuild another team that is a competitive squad again. They hit real quick and real big with the KD, the Westbrook, and the Harden, and then followed that up with Ibaka or whatever. But we'll find out if they can rebuild it again, because I think they are pushing reset after the George trade. Next, the Timberwolves with an 86. There's talk about Westbrook going there for Andrew Wiggins. I think it's Josh Okogie, one other player. Jarrett Culver is their rookie that you got to wait to see how he's going to play. Defensively, this team's got to get better. They're bad. They're bad on defense. Karl Anthony Towns is one of my favorite players, but this team's not a playoff team at all, in my opinion. They 32, 34 wins, maybe. We'll find out, but that's about where I see them falling. So 86 overall seems about right. Then we got the Blazers with the 90. Now, this, of course, Nurkic's injury is still factored in. If you had Nurkic in there, you might be up to a 92, 93. But you can tell that there's a little bit of a concern, or a lot of concern, about Nurkic, because they traded for Hassan Whiteside. So you now have a dominant rebounder, shot blocker there in the middle, with the Lillard and McCollum scoring. And Zach Collins is really showing – he was really showing an edge, I thought, in the postseason. I liked what I saw from him. Rodney Hood, I really liked. They also picked up Mario Hezonja. I didn't like the Nasir Little pickup at all. Depth, I think, could be a problem with the Blazers. But the first 5 should be strong. All right, next we got the Golden State Warriors. Now, okay, they get a 99. I don't know that I understand this. I mean, okay, we still got Seth, you still got Draymond, D'Angelo Russell comes in there at 85, Willie Cauley-Stein's an 80, Alec Burks, I see, okay, but would Clay hurt still? Now, if Clay wasn't hurt, I could still see, like, okay, you still got a starting 5 with the lowest guy on the starting 5 is an 80. And you got 96, 80. But with Clay hurt, that's kind of peculiar to me. It feels like they're counting Clay in there. But nonetheless, I don't think the Warriors are due for the fall off that some people think they are. I definitely think they are a playoff team. But that 99 would makes them the best player and best team on the game right now, and I don't think that's accurate. Last but not least, or maybe almost least, is the Washington Wizards. Bradley Beal had a great year. John Wall still hurt, has a really bad contract. Isaiah Thomas is stepping in. Yeah, and then you got Rui Hachimura coming in as the rookie. This team does not excite me in one bit at all. Like, They might not be horrible, but who really wants to watch this team this year? It just nothing is good, really. I don't know. Just see is what it is. 87, and that's it. That's all of the teams according to this particular roster. I think is somewhat of a decent, barometer for what you can expect. I think those Spurs and that Warriors overall team rating is a little crazy. So we'll see how that actually shakes out when the ratings come out. I would expect to possibly see some ratings maybe sometime middle to the end of next week. That might be when you see everything, maybe a little bit sooner than that. But that's all I got for you today. I appreciate you watching as always. God bless and peace.